What's going on, guys? Seancutshair back with another video. Today's video, guys, I'm going to give you guys the backstory on my guy Jacksoncutshair. A lot of you guys, if you've been here since the beginning, you guys know who he is, but you may not know the full story, so I'm going to break it down today and kind of tell you guys how we met and who he is to me, and I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys don't know Jackson, go follow him on Instagram at Jacksoncutshair. He'd really appreciate it. He's a young up-and-coming barber, and he would love to get all you guys following him and showing him some support. So anyways, guys, let's get right into it. All right, guys, so today I'm going to talk about the story of how I met Jackson and who he is to me. A lot of you guys don't know who he is, or maybe you haven't seen him. You've seen him on the channel, but you may not know really what the story is there. So I thought I'd take a minute to explain that to you guys and show you guys some backstory. Jackson was about 8 years old the first time he came to the shop. We opened in July 2016, so I believe it was about October. The first time he came, he went to another barber in my shop. And the next time that he came, that barber wasn't here, so I just happened to grab him. And he was really down to get whatever haircut I wanted. He liked designs. He said, just, fair game, just do whatever you want. So of course, you guys know I like doing designs. So I did this haircut on him, and really after that, he was hooked. So I cut his hair probably 3 or 4 more times after that. And then around Christmas time, I remember his mom reaching out to me, and they have an interesting story. So Jackson, he was 8 years old at the time, and a few years prior to that, his mother was in an accident. Jackson was the one that found her after the accident. So at the time, it had left her in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. I don't know if paralyzed is the correct term, but she couldn't walk. She was in a wheelchair. And then Jackson suffered from some PTSD from that accident, and being the one that found her, and just, going to school was hard for him. I think he was had some troubles at school with, of course, kids are probably mean to him for that. Different reasons. So he had some issues dealing with that, and so his mom reached out to me and said that she had taken him to therapy that he goes to, or a counselor, whatever you want to call it, that he goes to maybe weekly. I'm not sure exactly, but she reached out and she said, hey, I know you don't really know us well, but I just wanted you to know that Jackson just left his therapy appointment, and his therapist came out and asked who Sean was. And she said, Jackson, who are you talking about? And he said, Sean from Clutch. And so what had happened was his therapist had asked him what his top 3 things in his life that made him happy and made him kind of forget about all his problems, or kept him away from those feelings from the PTSD and from the anxiety he had from the situation. And his number one thing was coming to Clutch, getting a haircut, and seeing Sean and hanging with the rest of the guys. And that was his number one thing. So she just told me, she wanted to thank me, and that a lot of people, it's just a haircut, but to him it's much more than a haircut. It's just kind of a bond that, or maybe a kind of a brotherhood, a group of friends that can lift him up and make him feel better. So he was 8 at the time, guys. After that, it just turned into, I think the shop's pretty cool, but really I am just a barber. I just do haircuts. I'm grateful that the clients that I cut appreciate me, and I'm able to do something for them, to cheer them up on a bad day. The haircut makes them feel better about themselves, listen to their problems. So that's what I aim to do. But to have her reach out and let me know that it was that meaningful to him, it was a wrap. So from that point on, I just, I wanted to do whatever I could to encourage that. I wanted him to have that feeling as much as possible, and to be able to have, whatever you want to call it, a big brother, a uncle, a mentor, whatever you want to call it. And to touch on that, guys, I don't have kids, not yet. I don't have any nieces or nephews. So Jackson kind of filled it's kind of like a big brother. He does have a brother. He has a dad. But for some reason, the barbershop and myself just filled a void that he had. And, like I said, with all those problems with his PTSD and all that. So it was touching a part of him that wasn't getting, handled elsewhere. So I just found that spot, and I found it so meaningful to be able to help him. So I wanted to do whatever I could. And so after that, we got him every Clutch t-shirt, every jacket, custom smock with the logo on it. I got a dad hat made for some of the guys. I gave him one. And so it just really blew up, and he really became, part of the family. So that's developed slowly over time. Like I said, he was 8, he's 12 now. So it's really blown up over time. So really, he just started coming around more. He'd come to the shop. I put him in a couple of videos back when we were doing the vlogs for the shop.
It's your boy Jackson here at Clutch Barbers. I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Clutch Barbers. Stay tuned for the next video.
And he kept being more and more interested in cutting hair and being a barber the more he was around it. So I think 2018 we had discussed trying to take him to the CT Barber Expo, and just the way things landed that year, it wasn't really feasible. So I made him a promise that the next year that I would take him. So I saved up some money. I made sure that I was prepared. And for 2019 Barber Expo, we took Jackson with us. So a lot of my guys were like, hey, you don't have kids. Are you sure that you're ready to take this 11-year-old with you on this trip for 3, 4, 5 days? And I knew that regardless of maybe how difficult it would be on me, not having kids and not being used to watching out for somebody all the time and making sure that they're okay and making sure they're accounted for, I knew that even how difficult that may be, that the joy that he would get from that and how happy it would make him, that would outweigh it. So it wasn't about me, it was about giving him an experience that he'd never forget. And so we bought the tickets, we flew, it was his first time flying, and we took him on the trip. He was at the booth, we were right beside the 245 booth, and on the way he had started to have some interest in cutting hair. So he asked, hey, will I get to meet the 245 guys? And I said, oh yeah, you're gonna meet them all right. So keep in mind, these guys were friends of mine at the time. This is before I had worked with them at all, but I had run into them multiple times, taking classes. We knew each other at least by name, and I had seen them multiple times. And so we got the booth. We were actually right next to the 245 booth, and before too long, of course, these guys were around. It was actually the show that they dropped the power mat. So they had actually brought, I don't even know how many power mats, but so much that they couldn't store it in their booth. And so lucky for them, we were right beside them and we didn't have a whole lot. So they asked if they could store the power mats in our booth behind their booth. And we of course said, okay. And I was glad to help out. But all these things really made for a really cool experience. So what that meant was that when they ran out, they had to come into our booth and get some more to take over. So really pretty quickly they met Jackson. And they kind of asked, so who's Jackson? He's your son? And I'm like, no, he's not my son. He's actually a client, but a very good friend of mine. And so the more they kind of dug deep and asked questions, once they all really started to see what was going on, they really took to wanting to hook him up as well. Same exact thing. If this kid thinks that we're so cool and it makes his day for us to, take a picture with him or do whatever with him, we're going to do all we can. So by the end of the show, guys, he had asked them to sign his 245 hat. And then that turned quickly into him signing everybody else's hats. He signed Perez, Loco, Bazio. I think he signed Fonz's do-rag. So it was just a really cool experience for him. And what was really cool, guys, a lot of you guys wonder how I got in with 245. And I tell you that going out and making myself known and going to these shows and going to these classes and introducing myself and just staying in their eye was really the main thing. But I'll tell you that had I not taken Jackson to that show, I'm not sure if that would have accelerated as fast as it did. I remember Loco and a couple of the guys were standing there and they asked me if I was going to go to the after party that night. It was the 245 official after party. And I said, no, I got Jackson with me. He's 11, he can't come. And they were like, oh, like, man, you sacrificed your whole weekend and you paid his way? And I didn't do it for that type of clout, but I remember them seeing that. And I think what that told them was that I was the type of person that they wanted to deal with. So, things work out in a funny way. They really loved Jackson. They latched on to Jackson. And by the end of the show, they told him he was part of Toon Squad. And here I was. I've been working forever to be a part of it and wanting to be a part of the team and be around those guys. And I'm thinking, dang, man, Jackson got in. So,
Yo, shout out to 245. Thank you for signing my hat. All started out with Loco and then it turned into everybody. And also, thank you 245 for letting me sign y'all's hats. Never done that before. Also signed a dude. It's never happened. Thank you, Chris Loco. He gave this off of his bulletproof vest. It says 245. They consider me part of the family. And peace.
Bro, man, that's dope, man. It's a great pleasure to have you rocking with us, man. But I got one thing for you.
What Jackson! 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 Jackson!
He came back to the shop and he was hot, telling all the guys, yo, I'm on Toon Squad. I'm a part of Toon Squad. And those guys showed him lots of love. So since we've been back, of course, I've developed with them as well. So when they send stuff, Jackson gets some stuff. You know, we got Jackson a green Matt Gifted Hands clear lid for his seniors. You guys see I hooked him up with a lot of stuff for Christmas this year so he can start cutting hair. And of course he's in middle school, guys. He can't cut a lot of hair yet, but he has started to mess with it. I did let him line me up once and he wasn't quite prepared, but the point is you gotta get the clippers in your hand. But really, guys, he's just a special kid to me. Like I said, I don't have kids. I'm not trying to be his dad. We just have a cool bond. Like I said, he calls me uncle. I say he's my nephew. And I don't know if any of you guys ever had growing up, you know, people that weren't blood family, but you called them aunt and uncle, whoever, or something like that. You know, I did have that growing up. And so that's all I want to be for him. I want to be a positive influence for him. Now he wants to cut hair, so, you know, I can't ask for nothing more than a 12-year-old who's eager to learn. And so we're going to start teaching him how to cut hair, and hopefully, you know, 6 years it's going to be before he can get his license, but hopefully he can get in here and cut some hair. And just a real special kid to me, guys, really. And it's just all about, once I saw what simple things for me could do to boost his confidence and help his mood, you know, it was nothing. It was a no-brainer. I had to do those things. So, guys, he's on Instagram at Jacksoncutshair. He doesn't post a lot. Like I said, he's not cutting yet, but he's got his illusion gear. He's always swagged out on there. He's got his clippers. He's going to do some haircuts here and there. So you guys go follow him at Jacksoncutshair. Leave him a comment, tell him he's awesome, whatever you guys want to do. Just go show him some love. He'd really appreciate it. And you guys stay tuned. He's been in a few tutorials. You know he's going to be back. And I'll try to bring him to the channel more. I already talked about for Connecticut Expo this year that I'm going to let him take the camera, and it's going to be his vlog of the weekend, and then I'm going to cut it up and put it on the channel. So again, guys, leave me a comment if you think that's a good idea, if that's something you'd want to watch, and go show Jackson some love. You guys give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and if you're not subscribed, you already know, make sure you subscribe. I got about 65-70% of people watching my videos aren't subscribed, so if you guys aren't subscribed, please do it. I drop 2 videos a week. Once we get back to cutting hair, you know I'm going to bring some real good content for you guys. And nothing but love to all you guys that watch my videos, though. The channel's growing fast, about to 3,000 subscribers. So I couldn't be more stoked at how this is going. I'm staying at it through this COVID-19 mess, but we're gonna get back to it soon. But anyways, guys, give me a thumbs up. Catch you guys next time. If you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click this link right here. If you want to check out some more content from me, check out this video right here. Appreciate it.